bad dude, this is a bad dude, this is a bad dude right here, this is a bad degenerates and unhumanly. I didn't want to contribute to that.
Back in the heyday, Wesley Snipes stood tall as one of the movie industry's titans, pocketing a whopping $10 million paycheck for his roles in famous blockbusters. But somewhere along the glittering path of stardom, things took a sharp turn for the worse, and he was blacklisted all of a sudden. Directors shunned him. Studios ignored his calls. It seemed like Wesley Snipes, once a shining star, had fallen into the dark abyss of Hollywood's blacklist. His story was hushed for years, but now he emerged from the industry's oblivion with the wildest claims that he wasn't actually the problem. According to Snipes, he was cast out because he dared to challenge the powers that reigned Tinseltown.
And I think you could look around and see that there are demons and hyenas and jackals all around us on the regular.
And he's not alone in his grievances. Many other black actors have echoed his sentiments, sparking a wildfire of speculation about the true nature of Hollywood's dark underbelly. As for Snipes, his acting career seemed to be very promising. He burst onto the movie scene with a bang in the beloved baseball classic, Major League, but he didn't appear in the second part of the movie. Back then, no one suspected there's trouble brewing. In 1991, he's experienced the other side of Los Angeles life for the first time ever. Pulled over for a crime he didn't commit, Snipes was forced to the ground, handcuffed and treated like a common criminal. And guess for what? A simple misunderstanding over a borrowed car.
It's been an issue in this country since the beginning.
But what seemed like a minor hiccup would soon snowball into a pattern of injustice that would haunt the actor for years to come. Let's rewind to 2005, when Snipes found himself embroiled in a feud with the director and the production company while working on Blade, Trinity. As one of the co-actors mentioned, the actor was basically forced out of work, and Wesley came down to set, which he only did for close-ups. Everything else was done by his stand. And I only did one scene with him. While the movie was supposed to be the crowning achievement of Snipes' career, it became a battleground of egos and allegations. Snipes accused the director of racial discrimination, claiming he was sidelined in favor of white actors and subjected to a toxic work environment.
I thought they just wrote it because the black guy was playing the role. I didn't know at the time.
But here's the thing. By that time, Hollywood was already done with the actor. To much shock of many devoted, his role as an iconic vampire hunter Blade was given to another actor's. This is when whispers started to grow louder, suggesting that Wesley Snipes was truly blacklisted by Hollywood. But here's one thing, the actor may have fallen from grace of the industry elites, but his never going to give up to fight against those did him wrong. As the drama with his career played out on the public stage, Snipes didn't hold back. He pointed fingers at the shady dealing of Tinseltown, revealing more and more clues about the power play happening behind the scenes.
But I don't usually get too involved in it. I don't like lies.
To Snipes, it was clear they were trying to snatch the Blade franchise away from him, rebranding it without his consent and ousting him out of the entertainment world. But even though the actor tried to put up a fight for himself, you know how it works in the industry. Rumors began to swirl, tarnishing Snipes' reputation and portraying him in a bad light. There was even a rumor that he tried to strangle a director on the set, which the actor had to deny. It was comedian Patton Oswalt who lifted the lid on tensions simmering between Snipes and director David S. Goyer. Recounting the chaos on set, Oswalt described Snipes as violent and angry man, forcing the actor to defend his name and reputation. Why would people believe his version is true? Because they are predisposed to believing the black guy is always the problem. In an interview with The Guardian, Snipes dismissed the allegations as ludicrous, highlighting the double standard faced by African Americans in Hollywood.
There's going to be a time I'm going to have a really good conversation about that whole experience, because most people don't really know what's going on.
Snipes saw the rumors of his being difficult as yet another obstacle in his path. And even though that story was never confirmed, the damage was done. With whispers of Snipes' alleged misconduct echoing through Hollywood's corridors, doors slammed shut for him, with fellow actors denying to share even a day on the set with this man. Nobody wanted to risk working with someone labeled difficult, a reputation Snipes found impossible to shake. Yet, Snipes' clash with Hollywood's power brokers was far from over. In 2019, when Warner Bros. Announced a reboot of the 90s hit New Jack City, fans were over the moon with joy until they learned Snipes wanted nothing to do with the industry ever again.
Things that change, the things that have to change, the people that don't want you to change, but at the same time want all of the benefits and blessings.
His refusal to participate in the reboot sparked outrage among executives eager to cash in on nostalgia. But Snipes remained firm in his conviction not to deal with the industry ever again, especially if the role was beneath him. Many people quickly connected the dots in this story, realizing the real reason why the famous and promising star fell off the radar. As one person commented, "Never his fault. You get tossed because you don't play the game. It happens to everyone that won't play the game." And another user added, "F Hollywood, they blacklist him, like they do all powerful black men fear jealousy and hate. That's how it's always been, and that's how it will always be." Wesley Snipes wasn't alone in pointing out how Hollywood treats black actors who dare to protest against the narrative that reigns in the industry. Some bigwigs, like Tyler Perry, have been criticized for playing these rules instead of challenging them, thus making it impossible for Black actors to have a healthy experience in the movie industry.
If you do your homework, you'll discover that what they said happened didn't really happen that way.
Tyler Perry's movies and shows sometimes show Black people in ways that aren't great. Critics often say they can be kind of silly and not very respectful. Moreover, Tyler isn't that supportive of the Black community, and instead of hiring talented writers, he does the script writing job on his own, apparently, as the elites told him to. But Wesley Snipes decided to take a different path. When he was offered a role in a movie that he thought would keep showing these bad stereotypes, he said no. He didn't want to be part of something that he thought would make Black people look bad. I was offered the film and it was terrible, horrible. It was an insult not only to the African American culture, but an insult to what the icon of Shaft was. But saying no to Hollywood's big plans didn't make Snipes popular. In fact, he faced a lot of problems, even with the government.
He could still be sentenced to 3 years in prison after originally facing a possible 16.
They said he owed them a lot of money in taxes. The actors sincerely thought they were picking on him because he's Black. He believed they were treating him differently from the white folks who were also involved. Who could imagine that Wesley Snipes, a shining star in Hollywood's constellation, would find himself in a legal nightmare that threatened to eclipse his illustrious career? Accused of failing to eclipse his illustrious career, accused of failing to file tax returns from 1999 to 2001, Snipes lost a daunting legal battle against the IRS. Despite his claims of being unfairly targeted due to his race, Snipes was convicted on 3 misdemeanor counts and sentenced to 3 years in jail.
By noon, he has been ordered to report to prison in Pennsylvania or risk additional criminal charges.
The news of Snipes' imprisonment reverberated throughout Hollywood, sparking debates about the scale of the case. And again, Snipes' contributions as an actor were immediately forgotten, with the media portraying him as the worst felon in the history of the country. It's more than just an accident. It occurred on numerous occasions over many different years. This wasn't an innocent victim of jackals. This is someone who willfully and knowingly participated. However, Snipes' legal woes were just one facet of his tumultuous journey in Hollywood. He's now done being portrayed as the failure in the media, and he swore to expose how the industry tried to destroy him.
Tell anybody, we got something that's going to put everybody to shame out here.
His claims about issues dating Black women stirred more controversy than they should have, and apparently, it was done to destroy public's love for this man once and for all. It looks like someone wanted to wipe him out of Hollywood once and for all. On rare occasions, when he was offered a role, it was too offensive that he had to turn down the proposals. Despite the setbacks posed by Tinseltown, Snipes remained resilient, not willing to bend to the rules.
Resonating, there's an ongoing battle between those of us who have compassion, those who want to destroy it, those who want to eat it all up.
With the current shift in the industry, when more people are voicing their concerns about the shady practices, it may seem like Snipes was the one unfairly blackballed in the past, with the people expressing their opinions on his situation. Hollywood did him in for not submitting to their will. And they did what they do to all who don't bend over and pick up the soap. And another user added, of course he was kicked out. It was happens to all of us when they were threatened by our power. Well, Snipes has navigated the highs and lows of Hollywood in his career, and he has unique knowledge of how the industry treats its best actors. But folks, I want to hear your opinion on this. Was he truly blacklisted by the industry's elite, or did his own choices lead to his downfall as an actor? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check my other videos.